Welcome back, everyone. This is episode 2 of season 4 of the Madden franchise using the Oklahoma City Nighthawks. Um, the last episode, we were playing against the Bears. We had a miserable outing. As you can see, the teams kind of come together. Hopefully, we see that complete team that they've been playing like this whole season so far, and not the stinker that we had against the Bears. Um, I'm coming a little late in the season for the second episode. I know usually it's around week 5 or so that I do a second episode. However, because of how we're doing, I was like, maybe I'll save some of the episodes for later in the season so we can kind of follow that playoff race, right? Get a little excitement in the channel. So the Bears game is our only loss. We did tie against the Lions, which is unfortunate. And then last week we played against the Chiefs, and they were 4-2. We were 3-1-1. When we won that game, we took over sole lead of first place for the division. Now we go into a strange back-to-back Thursday night game. We are at Miami playing the Dolphins. We got to keep this roll going so that we can keep that number one spot in our division. Like I said, this is the year I expect us to compete. I cannot talk today. This is a year that I expect us to compete, and that means we need to get in the playoffs. I want us to win the division. We need to show everyone in the AFC West that this is our division. It's not the Chiefs, not the Raiders, not the Broncos. It's the Nighthawks. Couple updates. I have identified 3 quarterbacks that are first-round talents in this year's draft. I have one that is my main preference. I have another one that's kind of like a backup preference, and then there's another one that, hey, worst case scenario, we just get him. But all 3 of them are first-round talents. All 3 of them are going to be guys that I'm looking at to get one of them. As our draft picks stand right now, they're starting to be later picks. I think I have one pick that's projected to be in the top 15, which means we're going to have to trade. And if I'm trading and giving up assets to go get a quarterback, then darn it, I'm getting that number 1 pick, so I make sure I get the guy I want. But we're going to have to see how the season plays out. Maybe one of those extra first-round picks that we have, that team ends up falling apart and getting us a high enough pick that we can go get our guy. I do have an update as far as some roster moves. I really... So before we had Austin Eckler, and he was taking a lot of opportunities away from Nick Chubb. And when we got rid of Eckler, we seen that Chubb's production made that jump that we expected it to make. But Chubb isn't a receiving back. And Madden puts him in situations where it lines him up as a receiver, or puts him in situations to be that receiving back, which is fine because he can do it. He's just not great at it. And I felt like our team was just missing that solid third down receiver back that can go out and make reception plays. When I took a look at what we had, I noticed that Cameron Scandrick's skills were pretty ideal for someone to be that receiving back. So I moved him over to running back. He's made the transition really well, actually. And then I moved Jamal Agnew back to wide receiver. So I'm hoping that Scandrick doesn't take opportunities away from Nick Chubb like before. Because when we had Eckler, Nick Chubb was getting like 15 carries a game. And mind you, he was still pulling 85 to 100 yards a game and a touchdown or 2. But when we got rid of Eckler, we've seen Nick Chubb's carries go up to 25 or so, and he's putting up 150-yard games and 1 to 2 touchdowns, which, like, the whole reason we went out and got him is so we can get that kind of production. So my big concern is that Skandrick is going to take away those opportunities. And even though Skandrick will give us better opportunities in the passing game, I don't want them to be using him primarily in the running game. So I'm going to have to take a look at the carries that Nick Chubb is getting versus the carries that Skandrick is getting. And if it looks like they're taking opportunities away from Chubb, then I might just have to move Skandrick back to wide receiver and just suffer with not having a receiving back. Because Chubb touching the ball only does good things for our offense. And if Skandrick is touching the ball and not getting the same production on running plays that we could be getting with Chubb, then it's actually hurting our team. So anyway, those are the big updates. I'm still going with, I almost called him Kurt Warner. I don't know why. Kirk Cousins. Sorry. I'm still going with Kirk Cousins at quarterback because we are winning and because I've identified quarterbacks in the draft that I want to go get, so there's no need to focus on developing Dom Matthews. Dom Matthews is going to be a solid backup quarterback for his career, and that's great for him, but he's not going to be our focus for the franchise. So, got Kirk Cousins at quarterback still. It's working out for us, and let's hope that continues moving forward. Now, another reason I chose the Dolphins game, other than trying to get later games, is I mentioned before, I have a fellow streamer who's doing Madden franchise games using the Dolphins, Prince Mata. I'll go ahead and link him in the comments or the description again. Go check out his channel. But the Dolphins are the team he's using. I was like, hey, let's get a game against the Dolphins. Not quite playing against him, but it is an opportunity just to kind of fight for bragging rights a little bit, right? So anyway, I'm going to stop talking. I'm going to go ahead and put the game on. Enjoy, and I'll see you after the game.
Tonight, from Hard Rock Stadium in Miami, Florida, it's Week 8 of the NFL on EA Sports. Tua Tagovailoa and the Miami Dolphins versus Kirk Cousins and the Oklahoma City Nighthawks.
We are about 15 or so miles northwest of world-famous Miami Beach as we are set for football at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami Gardens. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Oklahoma City Nighthawks and the Miami Dolphins. Hi, everyone. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis. Charles, you look at the Dolphins as they enter play in this one. They come in feeling good after back-to-back victories.
And if you look back to last week, it was all about their defense. Anytime you hold an NFL team to single digits, that's saying something.
Meanwhile, for visiting Oklahoma City, they've come in on a nice run of recent form. 4 wins out of 5. Both of these teams about to reach the halfway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports.
Fields it in the middle of the end zone, and this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. The Dolphins take the field with Tua Tagovailoa, their quarterback from Alabama, at the helm.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win, and that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
They'll run for the first time here with Matt Breida. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Out of the shotgun, Breida. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
first and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Play action. Now it's Tua. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Devontae Parker was the intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down.
Brings up second and 10.
Tua to try again on second down. That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be third and less than a yard. They'll try and run for it with Smith. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. Got what he needed for the first down with a gain of 2. Defense had a chance to get off the field here on the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important third down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
2 first downs have him up near midfield now on first and 10. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. He'll dump this down to Matt Breida. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. A Miami first down, that one going for a gain of 11. So on the other side of the field now, it's first and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. And you know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
2 yards, good enough for a first. Setting to throw on first down is Tua. That'll be complete to Breida. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, second and 2. Only needing 2 yards on second down. Tua going to hand this one to Breida. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
First and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Once again, they run with Breida on first down. He'll get it inside the red zone, but only for a couple down to the 19.
Desmond King.
Second and 8 coming from the 19.
Gain of 2. Brings up second and 8.
They run with Breida. And just a couple yards there down to the 17.
The ball carrier. The tackle by Derwin James. A gain of 2. Brings up
throwing is Tagovailoa on third down here. He's got a man. It's Williams. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7.
His passing's been on point on this drive, hasn't it? Been very accurate, got the ball downfield, gained nice chunks of yardage, but now, in this situation, the field is really condensed, partner. So if he's going to throw the football, it has to be pinpoint here.
I was going to ask you about that. Field shrinks, has to be sharper, but it's been a good opening drive so far.
Now they just want to see if they can cap it off with the bell ringer and put it in the end zone.
Tagovailoa working out of the gun. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. Getting into the act on the opening drive here with a sack. And remember, they had 5 last week.
And they saw that on film, and that meant that they had to get together. Offensive coordinator, quarterbacks coach, offensive line coach, receivers coach, and say, how do we beat this pressure? Because everyone has to win against the defense and get the ball out of the hands of the quarterback very quickly.
First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on second and goal, back even further. Tua sets up to pass it. They'll set up a screen for Breida. And despite the fancy footwork we saw, they'll get to him just inside the 15. They get only a yard there. Now it's 3rd and goal. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, and now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it?
That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up 4th down.
And that's when it's fun to play defense. When you're able to diagnose a play right from the beginning, get all your guys to the football, and spill the play, that's when you have a lot of fun playing on that side of the ball.
So out comes Justin Rohrwasser in the field goal unit.
A 31-yard attempt.
Rohrwasser's kick is good. But now there is a penalty marker on the field, so let's see what this is about. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
So now then the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal. This is Breida. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. A nice pickup of 6 there to get him closer to the end zone, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
And Brad, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line, because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra.
And he is in. Touchdown, Miami. Matt Breida, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Dolphins take it right down and score on the opening drive. Looking sharp on that first drive. These guys, of course, coming off back-to-back victories. And you see that kind of advancing into this game, don't you?
You certainly do. And when you have a team that doesn't get too full of itself, even though they've won 2 games in a row, you get the end result that we saw there, that nice opening drive, because they're sharp, they're focused, and they're locked into everything that they're doing.
Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. And that makes it 7-0 Dolphins. So they will accept the penalty and move forward.
Justin Rohrwasser.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And this will not be fielded. It's a touchback and comes out to the 25. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They'll be led out by the veteran quarterback out of Michigan State. The former Spartan, it's Kirk Cousins.
I like this guy. And the reason I do, he tends to stay on an even keel. Doesn't let too much ruffle him. He will manage the game the way it needs to be managed, take what the defense gives him, and then he can strike at times. Had a touchdown pass. Yes, he had an interception last week, but he found a way for his team to win.
And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
Byron Jones.
Throwing again, Cousins on 2nd and 10. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 16 yards, a first down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
On 1st and 10, Cousins. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
A gain of 13 yards.
The numbers for him from a week ago. 5 catches, 68 yards.
And he was able to get open there, but that's not always easy against this bunch defensively. We are deep enough into the season where numbers count. This is #1 rated defense in the NFL. He'll have a tough time.
In on the stop defensively, Raekwon McMillan.
4-yard line. A 3-yard pickup.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard.
Sometimes being a linebacker in the middle of the field is kind of like being a doctor on the field. You got to make the right diagnosis. Here he correctly sets his run and shoots through to make the play in the backfield.
And the line to gain here is the 37 on 3rd down. From the gun, here's Cousins. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he'll get this to the 40, but that's still going to be a few yards short of the 1st down. 5 yards, not enough. And it'll be 4th down.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? 3rd down. They just said, we've got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
He had the distance, but it's no good. Wide to the right, but hold everything. Did they rough the kicker here? Looked like they might have. Let's see. So forget the field goal. Give them the 1st on that penalty.
How about that? That's one way to pick it up, but that's doing it the hard way, but they'll accept it.
So how big might the special teams mistake be there? Running into the kicker, and that penalty leads to 1st and 10. A run for Nick Chubb. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
He's tackled at the 32-yard line. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
On 2nd and 7, Cousins. He'll get this to Ward. 7 yards on the play, and that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and inches.
They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he's going to get the 1st down as they bring him down at the 23.
McMillan on
2 yards and able to get the 1st down in the process. Had a chance to maybe limit them to 3 if they could have gotten that stop there, but a new set of downs.
And with a new set of downs, you got to take the mentality of the whole thing. Right now, everyone's looking at the offense and saying they've got the advantage. The best defenses just say, okay, new set of downs, gives us another chance to make a play ourselves and maybe change things up.
Cousins on 1st down. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. They run. Chubb. And down inside the 15 he goes. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
From the red zone now, Cousins. And he gets it to his running back, Nick Chubb. Not able to go anywhere that time. 2nd down. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. On the ground, it's Chubb. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage, and now 3rd and 11 coming up.
Well, it's almost football 101 that you preach to your safeties. Don't let anyone get behind you to the last line of defense. But he didn't let the play come to him. He went to the play. How about that read and recognition and finishing off that one behind the line of scrimmage?
On 3rd down, Cousins. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back
has a 15-play drive, and it results in 3 points. So some disappointment?
It's funny, we had our conference before the game with the offensive coordinator. What did he tell us? I just want every drive to end in a kick, right? An extra point, a punt, or a field goal. Well, in this case, I think it is a little bit of a disappointment because it did end in a kick, but that type of a drive should end in the end zone.
Tagovailoa and the Dolphins come up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll start on the ground with Breida. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
The ball carrier.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
Looking to pass. Tua. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. Now a short one to Gesicki. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up 4th down. After 7-3 the score on EA Sports.
7. Nighthawks 3.
On 4th down, here's Lachlan Edwards to punt it. Jamal Agnew is deep to return it. So a change of possession here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their 2nd drive. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
From the 30 on 2nd down, Cousins. Man open, that's complete to Dalton Schultz. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak. This defense is really flown around in the 1st half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get his running game going.
Now on 2nd and 13, Cousins looking middle, and that's complete.
Cousins pass.
They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
It's a gain of 11. And it's
Cousins on 3rd and 2. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? But it definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
Matt Breida, the offense, heading back out. The passing game, they've had more success there than the running game. Maybe something they game plan for.
How come they didn't tell us about it?
Because they wanted to keep it a secret.
We did ask, didn't we? But I think what happened in this one is they've realized that they've established the run pretty well, and teams are going to key on that. They thought they could open it up and have success through the air, and that's exactly what's going on.
Yeah, they've had success, at least so far, here in the 2nd quarter.
Got a man open. That's Devontae Parker, complete. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1. He's got a first down past the 30 and all the way up to the 35-yard line. 18 big yards on that one, and a Miami first.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now it's Breida. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37.
He's brought down.
Joey Bosa in on the stop.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
On 2nd down, Tua. And this is Parker, complete. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
To Devontae Parker.
The Dolphins on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. From the gun, it's Tua. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. Amazing. Perfectly placed. If that ball goes 1 extra yard, maybe not even an extra yard, the starting point is the 20.
So there is a reason that a lot of punters are also excellent golfers. They know distance control. You know what else they have? Same groove motion over and over. Once they have that down, it repeats under pressure.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. You're down on the scoreboard, and this is not what you want to see. 99 yards of field in front of you.
Yeah, and it just shows how important a good punter can be and how that person can really help out a team. Guarantee you his agent can be taking that video clip in at the next contract negotiation, don't you think?
At the 6-yard line.
2nd and 5 now. Cousins. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So they saw the contact before the ball arrived. Penalty flag for pass interference.
And trying to avoid pass interference is so difficult. You're trying to slow down these skilled receivers, and somehow, some way, they make plays on the football, and sometimes you're there too soon.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And again, he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. Back-to-back stops make it 3rd and 10.
Brings up 3rd.
Cousins from the gun on 3rd. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he will not make it to that imaginary yellow line as they get him to the ground at about the 23. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a first down.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And it's fielded at the 34. It's a 41-yard punt, but just a net of 31 following the run back. And it'll be Dolphin football. Matt Breida, the offense, heading back out. And it may just be the 2nd quarter, but he's in his zone, well on his way to eclipsing that 100-yard mark.
And when a back has a game, as we're witnessing right now, his name's going to be in the books, but it's really a collective deal, isn't it? Because that means he's getting plenty of blocking, a lot of help from his teammates, but he's making the most of it.
Yeah, he's made the most of it to this point. 3 yards to gain there, 2nd down. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7.
48-yard line.
Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle 3rd. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down.
Incomplete.
After watching him drop that slant, I can hear my old coach's voice ringing in my ears right now. You can't run with the ball until you catch it. Trying to get those rack yards before he secured it.
The Dolphins on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
That's an excellent job right there on third down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a first down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
The offense trots back out there. Let's turn our focus now to Nick Chubb. Those are his numbers through roughly the first half of the season, and given that, you'd have to think he's on pace for a 1,000-yard campaign.
Steady as he goes, steady goes the offense. But you know what else is happening, too? Because they are a team now recognized with the ability to run the football. You've got to be able to throw it better now, right? Better throwing lanes, better opportunities for the guys downfield, maybe more one-on-one coverage, which you should be able to beat easier. Yeah, he's establishing not just a tone, but an identity for his team.
And that's a discussion we had a couple days ago in the team meetings, talking about this running game opening up the passing game. We'll see if that continues to happen. And once again, the Dolphin defense holds firm as they'll stop him behind the line of scrimmage. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1?
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively, because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And the tackle going to be made at the 41 as they stop him a few yards short of the first.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. Here's Matt Hawk now as he's on here to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. They'll begin the drive with Breida. And he'll take this one up to about the 13.
Number 20.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Down at the 13-yard line. A 7-yard pickup brings up second.
Tagovailoa to throw on 2nd down here. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line.
Good.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. On first down, here's Breida.
They've looked his way quite a bit, and in my estimation, as well they should.
Well, that's now 5 catches in this first half alone.
And he picks up another first down. He's been an important part of their offense here early.
Second and
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
And the pressure gets there, and Tua is going to be taken down. Joey Bosa, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
So now after the sack, Tua and the Dolphins staring at a 3rd and long. Tua going to throw. He's got Freeman here. It's complete. And they're going to mark him down short, and maybe by about a yard, if that. They do get 12, but they'll be marked short. And that leads to a 4th down.
On 3rd down, you'll give them that. You just want to make sure that you play the first down line. And they were able to get him down and force the punt.
Here's Lachlan Edwards now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. now to return. It's a 45-yard punt, but a decent return there of 9 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
34-yard line.
The offense trots back out there. Let's turn our focus now to Nick Chubb. He's just been looking for some space. I'm not going to pin it on him or the offensive line, but they need to get this run game going better.
Sometimes you just have to credit the defense. They came in with a plan themselves. So I think now you try and mix things up a little bit. Get the ball in the hands of some other people, find some other playmakers, but always let the defense believe that he's still a threat.
I was going to say, don't forget about it.
No, don't take him totally out of the game.
Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
He's tackled at
The offense on third down tonight, they've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 4. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And he's got him. Got his man on the end route. Complete. And he's got a first down there after a gain of about 12 as the clock will stop right now for the 2-minute warning. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. He will go out right near the 35-yard line. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. A throw over the middle taken in. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. Give the sack to Jerome Baker.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 16. Well, look, we're watching a quarterback here that's obviously been around for a long time. That's a throw he wishes he had back.
He certainly does, but as you well know, this is a guy that's used to taking a few chances, used to fitting it into tight windows. These are throws that he's made before. Didn't happen to get it completed in this case.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. After the turnover, it's Tua. He'll find Williams on the slant. And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Tua now on 1st down. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. So 1 play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. Gets it off to Freeman. And he is down at the 48. A pickup of 4 that started at one 48-yard line and ended at the other. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. On 2nd down now, it's Smith. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line.
He was brought down at the 45.
So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we go up to Orlando now and hand it over to Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
All right, guys, thanks very much. We'll get back with you shortly. But first, let's take a look at what's coming up this weekend around the NFL. The best of the early games on Sunday may just be in Buffalo, where the Bills face a big test, as that promises to be a tight one. In the late afternoon games, it'll be loud in Kansas City, that's for sure, as it'll be the Chiefs taking on the Denver Broncos. And then finally, the national game on Sunday night is a good one between the New York Giants and the Arizona Cardinals. Meanwhile, in our game, not a lot of offense to go around. 7-3 is our score. Will we see things open up in the second half? To find out, we get it back to our guys in the booth, Brandon Gott and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Dolphins in front, and they'll be in possession of the football first as the second half gets started. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The OKC offense ready to set up shop again. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
And they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the third quarter. All they have so far, the field goal. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
A 3-yard.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Working out of the gun, Cousins. Wide open receiver complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
A gain of 18 on the play.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And no room to maneuver there. Give him a yard up to the 47.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secure before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. And this won't be enough. A good secured tackle, and they stop him a few yards shy at the 46.
4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Here's Matt Hawk now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. And it's out of bounds. Now we'll see what the side judge says. He says out at the 8-yard line. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
On 1st down, Tagovailoa. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on 1st down, hitting the tight end there. Now brings up a 2nd and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Here's Breida. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line.
Breida. That's good for a Miami Dolphin.
Right back to him on 1st down. And he'll be brought down here at the 28. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up
Tua wants to throw it on 2nd down. He'll get this into the hands of Breida. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now left side, a completion to his tight end. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
Complete.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
2nd and 4 at the 39.
Stiff-armed him. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
No gain on the play. Brings up 3rd down and 5.
Out of the gun on 3rd down, here's Tua. And that's knocked away and incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 18-yard line. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The OKC offense ready to set up shop again. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that would look pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard, inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. They'll try the draw now with Chubb. And some space here. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the 1st.
First downs have not come easy, and neither have runs like this throughout this game.
Absolutely not. He finally felt like, whoa, a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game. First down, here's Cousins. And a quick throw here, that's complete.
Cousins pass.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
It's a gain of
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down.
the 41-yard line.
And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm, incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
Byron Jones on the coverage.
From the gun, here's Cousins. And he comes back with one complete. And he's got another 1st down as he's brought down at the Dolphins 30. They pick up the 1st down there with a gain of 11.
1st down.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. And they give this time to the tailback. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
He was taken down at the 22-yard line. It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd.
Back to the ground. This time it's Chubb. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. 4 yards the pickup. 1st down. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20.
1st down, Nighthawks.
And the pressure will get to him. He goes down. Now there is a flag on the play, but this looks like holding on the offense. So they will take the sack instead of the penalty.
And it takes another down off the series. But the biggest one of all, do you want to tell the guy who just got the sack that it no longer counts?
No.
No, not at all.
Pass.
It's a gain of 5. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation.
And it's 3rd down.
On 3rd down, Cousins. A it's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. That was the 9th play of the drive, and they pick up 9 yards with it. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. They move, and they know it affects the defense, because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary, and I think you're exactly right. Wasn't his primary target. Found a secondary guy who sprang open, probably because of his movement out of the pocket.
Some collective exhales over there on the sideline. A big pickup through the air on 4th down to bring up 1st and goal. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier. And now 3rd and goal coming up, the loss on 2nd down. That just means this crowd's going to get even louder, and they'll get a little bit of extra help from the defenders as they exhort them to join them in the effort.
Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. To throw is Cousins. This will be caught at about the 5. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the 1st. That's going to bring up 4th down, only a gain of 2 there.
Oh, my, that's a heck of a tackle right there on 3rd down, because they had to swing it out to the back and hope that he could make a play. But let's face it, in order for him to be there and be in that position, in order to make that play, he had to read his keys and not be fooled. Excellent job in the open field.
And for the 2nd time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And his kick is indeed good. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6.
Nighthawk 6.
So they get the field goal, but that was a 14-play drive to get 3.
It's not like you're going negative on me, partner.
I was.
It sounds like you're thinking the 3 is just not that good.
And people say we're negative sometimes. So.
Well, here's the deal. Getting the 3 is good. Obviously, you would think on a 14-play drive you're going to get 6 out of it. But that type of a drive can pay dividends later on, because you might wear the defense down.
To end the Dolphins now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. And right away, he'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete.
So much for the best laid plans and best designed plays. That was good coverage along the sidelines. No place for that one to get in there. It sails incomplete.
3rd quarter from Miami. This is 2nd and 10. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle 3rd. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down.
Incomplete. Brings up a 3rd down.
Throwing is Tagovailoa on 3rd down here. They'll set up a screen for Breida. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the 1st down at the 29. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play, because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the 1st down. In this case, it didn't happen.
Here's Lachlan Edwards now, as he'll come on to kick for a 6th time tonight. A 40-yard punt, no return.
They'll take over. 1st down, and
the OKC offense ready to set up shop again. And Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the 1st half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the 1st half. And that trend is continuing here.
Behind the chain, 2nd and 12. On play action, Cousins. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here, he throws it away, and now it's 3rd. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And this play comes to a halt at the 33, and obviously that's well short of the 1st down. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the 1st down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
Here's Matt Hawk now, as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. So possession goes over here on the punt.
At their own 17-yard line.
Miami set to take over. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
A handoff to Breida to begin the drive. And he'll lose yardage here. Back to the 15. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
We knew both of these safeties were good in run support, but how about the play we just saw there? How about that closing speed? Able to get to the outside part of the field and turn that play into a loss.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Throwing now is Tagovailoa, and that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Makes it 3rd down and 12 yards to go.
From the gun, it's Tua. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. Tua finding Gesicki there for Dolphin first.
1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. One quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10. Now a give to Breida. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
It's a pickup of 3.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Breida. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line.
And this is why the head coach gets paid the big bucks. Look at where they are in this situation, partner. Do you throw the ball here in a long-distance situation? Do you run it again and trust your defense and make sure you take care of the ball and punt it away? What kind of options do you have here, and what do you trust more on your team?
Yeah, they may have just pushed him back into that throwing situation. We'll see. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Freeman. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Dolphins have a 1st down.
Couldn't just sit on it here, could they? Had to throw the ball on 3rd down. Got the big completion in the pickup. Fresh set of downs now. They've got to feel great.
And defensively a backbreaker. A pair of 1st downs gives them a 1st and 10 up at the 44. Here's Tua. throw left side complete. It's Freeman. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
It's a gain of 9.
Here's second and a yard.
And a yard at the 47-yard line.
Out of the shotgun, Breida. And he'll get it down here to the 43.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around the training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
The old gauntlet drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's sitting in class and bring it back to the coach? He's in big trouble.
Miami first down, that one going for a gain of 11.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on first and second downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it second and 4.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up second and 4.
Tagovailoa to throw on second down here. That'll be complete to Breida. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
So from the 17 now, here's a first and 10. This is Breida on the draw. And here he'll get it down to the 7. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be second and very short.
It's on the pickup. It's second and inches.
On second down, Tua. And that is caught. A touchdown, Miami. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Dolphins are able to grow their lead.
A lot of people might call this backyard football. Sometimes just understanding who you've got out wide and who you're going to throw it to. Give him an opportunity to go up and make a play, even when contested. Looks like that one worked out pretty well. The trust factor, in effect.
Roy Wasser now for the point after. And it's up. It's good. Our score, 14-6. So that drive spans 13 plays. And it winds up in 6 points for the Dolphins. Roy Wasser out to kick off, and he'll send this one away. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And they'll bring it out to the 25 as Agnew elects for the touchback. The OKC offense ready to set up shop again. Still plenty of time here in the fourth quarter. Just a one-possession game, down 8. They'll be looking for the touchdown and 2-point conversion. A field goal here on this drive does very little at this stage. Cousins on first down. He'll get this to Ward. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out by a few inches. That'll be a first down.
Oklahoma City.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on first and 10. Cousins now. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete.
Cousins.
They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
A gain of 4. It's now second and 6.
From the 39-yard line, here comes second down at 6. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. Jerome Baker able to drop him that time for his second sack of the evening. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it. But it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
Third and long for Cousins. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down. Here's Matt Hawk now as he's on to kick it away. This will be fielded at the 17. That'll be a 44-yard boot, just a yard on the return as he's covered up quickly. Matt Breida, the offense, heading back out. And we have seen a decline in the numbers. Where does the fault lie? Just him? Maybe the guys up front? Combination?
Well, as you and I both know, it's almost always a collective deal. But in this case, I think maybe the offensive line got a little overconfident. They had blocked so well in the first half, picked up on what the defense was doing. I think we've seen an adjustment now that they have not picked up on, and now they're being a little bit overwhelmed.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
Tua sets up to pass it. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
On the delay, here's Breida. And he'll get 2, maybe 3 up near the 37.
Ball carrier. He's brought down at the 37-yard line. A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd.
Looking to pass. Tua. And that's incomplete. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down.
3rd down and 7.
Tagovailoa working out of the gun. And it's caught by Parker. And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line. Tua to Parker there for the Miami first.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
So frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
He's going to sling this deep downfield. That's caught inside the 20. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A big pickup of 38.
For a quarterback, there's 2 sides to this coin. Either he had complete faith that his guy would go up and get the ball, or his throw was up for grabs. Which one do you think he'll tell the coach when he goes to the sidelines?
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Tua going to hand this one to Breida. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage.
Brought down right at the line.
It was Josh Sweat who got him down on the defensive side. Well, no doubt here in the 4th quarter, this is a huge defensive series.
Hey, they can read the scoreboard. They realize if they give up a field goal here, this game might be out of reach. They understand the stakes and are playing accordingly.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
It's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 6.
So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive. This is Breida. And he gets the first down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6.
That's good.
3rd and medium, they opted to run instead of pass, and it worked. First down.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
Man, that ain't make no sense.
Trailing in the 4th, this close of a game, that's a penalty you just can't afford.
It's an absolute killer, and it's one that drives coaches and teammates insane.
Now they go screen, it's complete. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you need down here. It's going to be 2nd and goal.
You know what the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
Bet you're going to tell me good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the lineman.
And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Devontae Parker, his 4th touchdown on the year. But the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Justin Rohrwasser now for the PAT. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-6. So that one a long 11-play drive. And it ends with a touchdown for the Dolphins.
Justin
Rohrwasser out to kick off, and he'll send this one away. And this carries into the end zone. And they'll bring it out to the 25 as Agnew elects for the touchback. The OKC offense ready to set up shop again. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him. All right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
2-yard line.
There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
A gain of 9 yards. And an Oklahoma City first
on
down.
1st and 10, Cousins. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Xavier Howard on the coverage.
Here's 2nd and 10. To the air again, it's Cousins. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's our visitors with the football as we get you reset. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Xavier Howard.
So many times we end a game, and as we're recapping it, we're talking about what offenses did and how they won the game. Let's flip this one over. The defense, they frustrated the offense the entire ball game. That's why they're walking out of here with a victory.
And they're going to love to walk out of here with that as their final act, that interception. Good way for them to end it. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Pretty good results here on the 1st down run as he takes us forward for about 6. Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively, they burn it here with 1:51 left. So they come up on 2nd down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. They run again with Breida, and he picks up the 1st before he's taken down at the 29. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout, and they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 17 yards for the Dolphins there as they've got themselves a 1st down. This defense, Charles, they have unraveled here in the 4th.
In a sense, it's like they're being pressed like in a basketball game, and they just can't get the ball over half court. I mean, no matter what they do, they can't get off the field. They can't slow them down. They're just going up and down the field against them. Yeah, unraveling would be a perfect word for them.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
48-yard line.
This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. Down to an E goes Tua, and that should just about do it.
A loss of 1. It's now 3rd and 9.
So a victory here for the Miami Dolphins, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that 4th quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the 4th quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through, and they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
So for Miami, they move back over 500 now at 4 and 3. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week, where they take on the New York Jets. Meanwhile, for our visitors, they fall to defeat for the 2nd time this season. And they'll look to get back on the beam next week as they host the Pittsburgh Steelers. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
Okay, before I get into the post-game breakdown here, I want to make one huge gripe that I've already made once during this series, and that is how horrible their programming is on field goals. As I said last time, you see roughing the kicker maybe once or twice a season out of all the teams. And we've seen it twice in the 1st quarter. In fact, we've seen it twice in the first 2 drives. And it's not even like roughing the kicker that you see in real life where a guy comes in hard, he's diving for the ball and takes out the legs. In this one, the guy straight up ran up and tackled the kicker. So that is a straight up programming error that EA needs to fix because it's ridiculous. And I'm not even complaining about the points that it gave up. It's dumb to see multiple times a game, almost every single game. Anyway, gripe over. Focusing on the breakdown of the game, our team, all facets of our team got dominated today. On defense, they played well for a good chunk of the game, most of the game, but when it mattered, they weren't able to stop the Dolphins. They weren't able to create any turnovers, and they gave up big chunk plays all throughout the game. They stopped them from scoring for 2nd and 3rd quarter and half of the 1st, but in the 4th quarter, they couldn't stop them. And again, could not force any turnovers, and that's what we need our defense to do, is to get at least 1 or maybe even 2 turnovers a game. Now, the other side of the ball, we couldn't get the running game going. Our blocking gave Chubb nowhere to run. Almost every single time there was a run play, there was 2 to 3 defenders in the backfield by the time Chubb was even getting the ball. On passing plays, almost every single pass was a check down. We weren't attacking down the field anywhere. The few times that we did attack down the field, Cousins threw an interception. So it's disappointing to see how we played today. I don't think that is indicative of how this team should be playing. But I will say that I'm not satisfied with the performance today. The score didn't reflect how close it was, but with the team that we have built, it shouldn't have been this way. It should have really been the other way around, where we scored the 21 points and they scored the 6 based off of how our defense played for most of the game and the talent that we have on between our defense and offense. Our defense should have stopped them more than they did. Our defense should have created turnovers. Our offense should have protected the ball. They should have been able to not only limit turnovers, but control the line of scrimmage for the running game. we should have been able to get more passing yards, and I think it was like 250 or something like that. All around poor performance today. And I feel like this is just like basic programming. It doesn't actually indicate anything. But you've seen coaches on the sidelines screaming at each other. So it would have been neat if like there was this background system where morale was low. We're losing. Like last year, right? We had a losing season. We shouldn't have. Morale on the team was low. There should have been that screaming at each other. The team falling apart, which would then lead to likely a coach getting fired or something. I see that going on here, and I'm like, well, we're having a pretty good season. Yeah, we're having a bad game, but should everybody be yelling at each other like it's everything's falling apart? So it would be cool if those cutscenes were kind of telling you how the team's doing as far as chemistry and all that, but I don't have that much faith in the programming of Madden, especially considering they can't even get special teams right. Oh, and another gripe about special teams. I've yet to see the computer call one fair catch on a punt. Every single time there's a punt, they always run it back, even if there's a defender right in their face. So I'd like to see that fixed too. Granted, I probably don't have a big enough audience to reach EA, but if other people watch this and agree with my gripe, carry that gripe on and spread it, and hopefully EA fixes it. Anyway, that'll be the end of this video. We're not out of it by any means. That was only our second loss of the season, so I forget our overall record, but I think we're like 3-2-1 or something like that, or 4-2-1 maybe. So still in contention of the division. I don't think we'll have the lead anymore after this week, but we're still right there, maybe a half game back. Still have 2 more episodes the rest of the season, so we can follow that playoff chase. That's what the next 2 games that I play are going to be focused on, are key games that, if we win this game, we can continue towards a playoff, or if we lose, it's make or break or something like that. So I might even save those last 2 games to, if it's that close of a race, maybe I'll have the last 2 games of our season be 2 of the last 3 in the schedule. So we'll see. Anyway, thanks for watching, and tune in tomorrow for the next game.